Happy Xursday! Sorry I was gone last week. I just wasn't in the right headspace. But we're back for Xursday today, which is February 4th, 2020. Just a few weeks away from Witch Queen. Xur's back, and we are going to take a look at what he's got. But today we're doing it a little bit different. Instead of being in-game, we're going to be looking at it through a third-party website called Today in Destiny. It's just todayindestiny.com. If you've never seen this before, this is a really cool thing that you can look at to see whatever rotation things are on during that week and daily reset. So, since reset has already happened, we've got some things that have switched over, including Trials and Xur. So let's take a look at what Xur has. For his weapon, we have Telesto. We have the Aeon Swift for the Hunter, the Aeon Safe for the Titan, and Phoenix Protocol on Warlock. All great options here. Holy cow. Another really cool website that you can use outside of Today in Destiny if you want to check on some things is bray.tech. It is another third-party option to look at all kinds of information, including, yet again, Xur and his inventory of exotics. This one will tell you exactly which location to go for, and it has a hyperlink that will lead you to a map of the area so you know exactly where you need to go if you wanted to know and didn't happen to know offhand. It also shows you trials rewards for that week for going flawless. It'll tell you which nightfall is active and what the modifiers are for the different difficulties, as well as the weapons that you can earn from that nightfall. It'll tell you the challenges for the week for each of the raids that are active, as well as some of the other pinnacle activities or collectible activities that you need to do still. There's also a whole list of maps, so if you happen to be looking for a specific thing on a map, say you wanted to look for the legendary Lost Sector, there it is, it's on Europa. So is the Master. So these two sites are really useful if you want to just check some things out, but they won't give you the full scope of everything you want. That's what you need to go in game for. Okay, so we're over here on the EDZ with our Hunter. I finished the Xenology quest, but I never really turned it in, so I'll get that cipher right off the bat. Then, let's have a look at the stats that we have on the two Aeons, as well as the Protocol. For the Hunter, Resilience, Recovery, Intellect, Strength have some decent amounts to them. I would love to see a bit more recovery on that. But if you don't have the Aeons, they had been buffed and they are very nice to have in endgame content. So I suggest picking them up, especially if you don't have them. Warlock. Titan. We've got kind of a reversal. I'd like a little bit more resilience there. But that's still a solid pair of Aeons that you can have on your Titan. So if you don't have them for your Hunter or your Titan, go ahead and pick them up this week. And the Phoenix Protocol. Whew, boy, oh boy, huh? 66 stats with 22 of it in Intellect alone. This is an Intellect chaining super. A super chaining exotic. So you are meant to continually try to keep that up. And with 22 intellect natively on this item, it's not going to be hard to build into a high intellect stat build. Very worth picking up. I know we just recently had another version of this in Xur's inventory, but this one's really solid. Now for his legendary weapons. Opening shot elemental capacitor on the True Prophecy. Now I'm not always a big fan of elemental capacitor, but depending on the subclass you run, it does give you an extra stat boost in that specific stat. So reload speed with solar, handling with arc, stability with void, and recoil and movement speed, which is strafe speed, while you're on stasis. It could be a good one, because this thing reloads super slow. Having it on a solar subclass might be really nice. Opening shot's just a great PvP perk right there. Then you got Flared Magwell for that little bit of extra range and the reload speed, as well as Sure Shot for extra range, but you lose a lot of handling on that. We've got the reload speed masterwork, so you could bump up the reload on this quite drastically on a Warlock running Lunafactions with an enhancement rift. This was a really solid PvP roll. Hipfire Grip and Rangefinder. I know Banshee is selling one of these with Vorpal and Slide Shot. I would prefer the Banshee roll over this. Rangefinder is nice. This is a very nice auto rifle overall. I just wouldn't take advantage of the Hipfire Grip. I know that they say that they're buffing hipfire accuracy with Witch Queen, so I'm kind of torn. I just don't really like the auto rifle with the hipfire myself. If you want to, you can test it out. It's still a solid auto rifle. Tap the trigger, last stance. So this is a really cool sidearm. Not a lot of people use it anymore. It's got high caliber, moving target. This could be fun. It's got a little range to it. Get that with the range masterwork. The stability on this thing, you don't really need to worry about. Handling, since it's a sidearm, already is pretty snappy. So I would go high caliber with the Farpoint, max out your range on that, and I think you'll be pretty solid with that. That's a nice little sidearm. Moving target threat detector on a Wishbringer. I wish they could bring this thing into the meta. It just is not the greatest shotgun. It's really sad too. It's got accurized. It's got smooth bore and full choke. Definitely go with the range there. Go with the accurized, and it's another range one here. You could try it. It's a rapid fire. It's not very good. You're gonna have to use 2 shotgun shots most likely in PvP. But that is really good range. So maybe worth trying out. Feeding Frenzy multi-kill clip. Spike grenade. Oh boy. This truth teller could be good for ad clear. Wow. Is that linear compensator? It is. Oh boy, oh boy. And the handling, this is a very good breach grenade launcher. Honor's Edge, Tireless Blade, Shattering Blade. You don't really need Shattering Blade. I don't know anyone that prefers that. It does have Hungry Edge, but you want Jagged Edge, you want Swordmaster's Guard, Tireless or Relentless, and then you want Whirlwind, honestly, or Vorpal. Shattering Blade is not great. But we have tomorrow's answer, which is a Trials rocket launcher. Thresh, tracking, and right here I would probably go with the linear compensator. This is a solid one for ad clear. It's not meant for damage. This one is ad clear or PvP. PvP because the tracking will help you get the kill. Thresh will give you a little bump to your super. Very nice. I like this tomorrow's answer. For the Hunter armor. High mobility with discipline. This could be a fun one to build into. Again, high mobility, but not really anything else. Decent stats all around here. These are all the stats that I personally would recommend running on a hunter. You don't need resilience, and you don't really need strength most of the time, because you can dodge to refresh your strength if you use the second dodge. I can't remember the name of it right now. So the other four stats are top tier. And then we got good recovery with decent strength and intellect. Excuse me. Another solid choice. Hunters have some decent gear here, and it is old IO gear, the Jensum Knight gear, which is not currently available in game. So if you don't have that, you could pick it up for the ornament. Alright, so for Warlock, again, we have the Jensum Knight set. Okay, that's a decent roll right there. 10 intellect, 10 recovery with 17 discipline. That's a really good one. I'd say pick that up for your arms. Don't need all that resilience. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Maybe pick it up because of the good discipline and intellect and then just build into other stats. But you don't need that resilience. Way too high mobility on that. Discipline and strength, no recovery or intellect. I wouldn't pick this up. Again, no recovery on Warlock gear. Oh boy. Well, I mean, let's see. We got 17, and then we got, that would make 31, 41, 43 intellect between the four pieces right there. I don't know. I'm not saying to pick these up. I don't like them. The gloves, maybe. The rest of it, it's kind of iffy. So let's go check out the Titan. Okay, so we're over here on the Titan. Let's get a look at this. This is a decent one for the Titan. Resilience is a key component to any Titan build. You want to get your barricades up as quick as possible to take advantage of either them for the blocking, or if you're using certain exotics, to proc a certain effect. So resilience is really nice. The discipline on here is also really good. Right there, 23 resilience. That is super good to see on a piece of armor for a Titan. Pick that up. Again, not the best on resilience, but it has good recovery and good intellect. Decent pick for PvP right here. And this is just kind of a mishmash of different things. I wouldn't pick up the boots unless, again, you need the ornament or you'd like the ornament. So, got a couple legendary picks that are okay. The weapons, there's some decent ones in there. And then the exotics are all worth picking up. So, if you need any of this stuff, please feel free to pick it up. Use your exotic ciphers if you got them. Use your legendary shards on an exotic random roll if you want. If you don't need it, go ahead and save those legendary shards for Witch Queen. And with that, it has been a great Xursday so far. I hope it continues to be great for you. Pick up everything you need, and I'll see you next week. Peace.